Hi, my name is Kerry. I'm the director of Jamyang Buddhist Center here in Leeds. Bardo literally means in Tibetan Buddhism in between, and it's talking about the in between period. If a person dies, then they have this in between period, and then they get reborn into another life. So for us, it's been a bit like that. It's been like haven't quite settled into something new, but we're leaving something old. So beginning of the year, we found a new building, and we decided eventually, after lots of information, lots of reports, that that's where we would go after following Lama Zopa's advice, Kasi Chashi's advice. And then we made connections with the local community we're about to move into, but we're not there yet. So we're in the city still, but we make connections with local neighbourhood groups, other charities. And so, like I say, we're kind of in between. Haven't moved in yet, but we've already made the connections ready for it. And we're preparing to leave the old space here in the city. So that's why in between year, it's been 2018 for us. So 2019, there will be, if we keep the analogy going, will be our rebirth year. So we're going to be reborn into a new part of the city, a new building, and this building has such potential for so many different projects we can be of benefit. So we're going to have not only our usual Dharma classes like meditation, retreats, etc. We'll also, for the first time, have a cafe, we'll have a shop, and we'll have spaces where volunteers can live in, which is something new. We'll have spaces that we can rent out to local charities and other businesses, which is something new. And we'll have this vast warehouse space, which we're going to rent out and use over time. So it's going to be a whole different body we're going to be born into next year. The idea was I wanted to create something that was like a sanctuary, a bit of a space where people could just come and relax. So you don't have to attend any Buddhist classes, you don't have to be Buddhist, you don't have to be religious at all. It's just a space where you can come and relax, have a chat with our volunteers, look at the library, have a look at the charity shop, have a cup of tea. I mean, a lot of it is about creating a community centre, people who just get together and have a talk or a chat to get out of the house and go to a space where you're not necessarily having to buy anything or having to buy into anything. So anybody is welcome, there's no expectations. I mean, the Buddha's all about non-harm, which is non-harm for others and non-harm for ourselves. On the other side of that is to wish happiness for ourselves and for others. So everything we do will be motivated by this, the cafe and the shop and the activities and everything we do, the retreats, and the business activities will all come under that motivation that we wish to help others. We're providing services to the local community in terms of cafe and spaces they can rent out for things that they find important. And then also charities that we work with can use the space for their offices and their administration. We can also rent out to yoga and Tai Chi practitioners so that we can do complementary practices to Buddhism. So there's lots of opportunity to get involved. In 2019, we'll be actually hosting some of the biggest names in Tibetan Buddhism, actually. We have Venerable Rabina, who's leading a retreat with us for the first time at Ackworth in the middle of April. That'll be a big event for us. At the end of April, when we open at the new centre, Ling Rinpoche, who's a well-known Tibetan Lama, will come and to give us the weekends of teaching. Then Dagger Rinpoche, who's we have a connection with already. He's the one who kind of snowballed this project right from the beginning with the Tara statues in some way. He'll be coming in July. We're hoping to have a visit by a really amazing female Lama called Kadrala. She hasn't confirmed yet, but we're hoping that will happen in August this year. So there's a lot of really important spiritual teachings to be had this year. To 2020 is going to be the year of compassion in Leeds, so we're already in the committees for planning different events in that. And to start some of that already, we've planned a retreat in February, which is about compassionate living. So it's going to be with a mindfulness teacher and also with a Buddhist teacher working together to lead that retreat. And that's a new one for us at Lynham Farm. So that's our big residential retreat in the middle of February. And that's to do with compassion for others, but also about self-care and compassion for oneself. So those two aspects are going to be important throughout 2019 and 2020.